Cooking Time. I'm David Martone, Executive Chef at Classic Time Cooking School, and I'm here with Assemblyman John Bramnick, and we're going to do like an Iron Chef cook-off. So I've done a real in-deep skill set assessment, and we've picked out some real hard dishes for you to make. So one of the hardest things to master is risotto. So you're going to make risotto. And
Not a problem. I'm ready to go.
Great. I know you're always up for the job. So
looking forward to it.
First off, we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in here. And we're just going to kick our heat up a little bit. Okay. And we're going to start to cut up some onion.
Spoon and
well, that's going to be your weapon of choice.
Okay.
So we usually use onion, but I found a shallot, so I want to be a little bit flexible
and
here.
the difference between a shallot and an onion?
About 60 cents a pound.
60 cents, okay.
But shallot is really like a very mild onion. Some people say that it's kind of a cross between garlic and onion, but I don't get any garlic flavor at all. Okay. If you cut it up real fine when you cook shallot, as opposed to onion, shallot will almost melt in the pan. So we're going to get this shallot.
And you can get shallots anywhere? They're all...
Anywhere,
right.
Anywhere. Anywhere you can get onions.
Okay.
Shouldn't say anywhere, because if you go down to certain places, you may not even be able to find onions.
And a shallot is just like an onion, but a little softer in the pan.
Softer and milder in flavor.
Okay.
It's one of what we call the aromatics. So you're going to keep that from burning.
Do you want me to mix it up at all?
You'll give it a stir every now and again, and if it burns, then we shut the cameras off and we're done.
Okay.
If it burns, it gets bitter. So if you're ever doing it...
We don't want to do that.
No, if you're ever doing it at home...
I'm just going to move this around now and then.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just a little bit here and there.
Gingerly. Gingerly.
I'm gingering it. There we go.
If you ever do burn it, the only thing you can do is start over. It's not even worth playing with because...
You call it dinners to go or something.
Yeah, it's kind of cheap.
I'm
shallot.
you're not supposed to advertise on it. It's very nice.
Get rid of our garbage here. I'm going to add some onion to that also.
Do you normally mix the shallots with onions? That's okay?
When I have
They
some
get
shallot,
long. They get long. Okay, the shallots.
when I have some shallot laying around, I do.
Yeah.
Going to cut it up the onion the same way as the shallot. Got to cut the onion fast and get it in the pan so we're not all crying here.
All right.
The key to risotto is stirring. And I heard from not one, but several people that stirring, actually stirring the pot, as we say, is one of your specialties.
Well, you can see I've got a tremendous amount of experience in stirring up the pot, and I'm trying to do that in Trenton, and I appreciate this opportunity to stir the pot right here at Dave Martone's kitchen.
I'll tell you, you know...
You put a lot of onions in this.
Yeah. It's the aromatic. It's going to give it a lot of nice flavor.
Do you have enough risotto? Because you have plenty of onions.
Yeah. I'm going to lower this down a little bit.
Good.
Just keep that stirring. And while you're doing that, I'm going to start to work on some onion. Onion. We just cut onion. Orange.
Orange.
Another O. Okay. I'm going to flip this over.
The orange goes into the risotto?
No,
now,
the orange is going to be...
You can't call risotto rice, correct? Because that's like...
Well, it's...
but it's, I know
when
it's,
you make risotto, you use rice.
But is it different type of rice? Is it risotto?
It's
or
called
is it just
a
Italian?
borio rice or carnaroli rice.
So it's rice, but it's called...
Very different. It's a short grain, and you can see how short it is. And it's got a lot of starch on it, and that starch melts away as we're cooking it.
Could you make risotto with regular rice?
You'd have to make it separately and combine it.
But it would be the same thing. You just use... It would be a little longer grain.
You can, because they make it's a mock risotto.
Oh.
We're
not interested in any fake. We don't want any fake. We want the real stuff.
Can't be fake. This is for a salad that we're going to do.
Oh, that's not for the risotto, the orange?
No. I've got a lot of different things going on. Wait till you see what we do for dessert. So the salad's going to have orange, and I've got to peel the orange. And it may not look like I'm paying attention to what you're doing, but I'm watching carefully.
In terms of the gingerly now and then?
Yes, gingerly, not burning, constantly stirring the pot.
We're working on that now.
So, what's happening down in Trenton? A lot of stuff going
Well,
on?
The news is not great. We're a little short of money. Any way you could help, we'd appreciate it.
Okay,
We're about $100 billion in debt, but we're working on it.
all right.
So they've come up with a few ideas to try to raise the taxes, raise the tolls, and it's raised the attention of the public, and
I
no
think
one's
so.
too happy.
My eyes were opening up pretty much when you were saying raise the taxes, raise the tolls.
Yeah, we don't want to do any of that. So we're trying to stir up the pot so none of that happens. And we're trying to cut expenses. Like when you go out and buy things, like the risotto, you don't buy the most expensive risotto, do you?
Well, you know what? I have to be frugal with what I buy.
Right, you're very
because
careful.
I don't want to raise my prices. People get upset.
See, that's what's going on in Trenton. We're trying to get like really not inexpensive, but quality risotto for the dollar. And that's the struggle of government. We have to always do that, just like you have to do it in private business. But so far, the state's not been great at that.
I heard that, you know, there's a bit of controversy with some of the new plans coming out, but I heard what it's actually doing is getting people to wake up and come out and talk and, you know, come out more at the voting booth when
Well,
when
that's
they should.
absolutely true. You saw this is the first time any type of borrowing scheme was ever voted down by the voters in 20 years. So that gives you an indication that people are tired of watching people borrow money. Now, I hope this.
This is
oh,
going
oh,
great.
you put that right in there?
Yep, just
Don't
dump
you have
this-
to cook it? Don't you have to put it in water first?
No, this is the key
Is
to
this,
risotto.
you haven't cooked this yet?
Haven't cooked it at all. Just dry arborio
Okay,
rice.
put it
Dump
all
the
in.
whole thing in.
Whoa!
And just keep stirring it around.
So stirring is the key.
You're going to toast that rice around
Yeah,
now.
I like this. This is good.
And what I've done is I've peeled both of these oranges,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to keep them off to the side. I've got some radicchio, which is a nice red lettuce,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got fennel.
Fennel.
Fennel is tastes like licorice celery.
Do they call it endive or endive? What's the proper name for that?
No, endive is.
Is it endive, not endive?
Well, it's tomato or it's tomato.
Oh, it's so both are proper.
Yeah, yeah.
This is getting a little heavy, you know what I mean? I think I have a little bit of a wrist problem at this point. This is
I'm
is this
not
heavier
gonna,
than normal rice?
I'm
or
not
is-
going to be hearing from your partners about carpal tunnel.
No, I
am
got a little workman's compensation. But my question is risotto heavy? Uh-oh. Am I moving fast
no,
enough?
I'm looking. It's looking real good.
Is risotto heavier than regular rice? 'Cause
No,
I
it's
gotta
just
tell
that,
you,
it's just
pretty
that you
heavy.
don't cook regular rice this way.
Oh, you put it in the water.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you something, there's a lot of
Adam,
water.
could I have a little bit of white wine out of there?
Yeah, I'll take a glass.
starting to
Hey,
get-
I'll take a glass too.
I'm starting to get nervous.
I was gonna say it's working out all right. It's like shoveling snow, but
We
you
put a
can't.
little-
Wait, no, this is actually. Yeah.
little bit of white wine.
Are you putting that away now? Yes. Okay.
My,
all
my
right.
wife just bought me a little bit of a little plaque, and it said, "I cook with wine. Occasionally, it goes in the food."
I just
Now,
wanna ask you
sorry
a-
for my reach.
Let me ask you a question. About how long do I have to mix this up for? I mean,
Well, here's where it gets interesting.
Oh.
Now you add a ladle of stock,
stock.
and now
Is
you're
that
gonna
chicken stock?
chicken stock.
Is
and
all
we'll keep
stock?
our pan centered.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
You keep it on the flame, right?
On the flame.
Because you'd like. Let me just ask you about chicken stock. Is there other type of stock other than chicken stock?
Well, we use chicken stock, we use fish stock, we use veal stock,
But not for
vegetable
risotto.
stock.
Risotto, you use chicken stock.
If you're doing a seafood risotto,
Do you,
you'd use
you
the
have an
seafood.
aspirin or bufferin or anything like that?
You get a little-
Tylenol or
get a
something?
little pain there?
A little, you know what I mean?
You get the idea of what you do with risotto.
I see why people don't. I see why people make regular rice. The risotto seems to be a high maintenance rice.
You know, when
You got any rice-a-roni around by any chance? Just we'll cook
when
some
I
of
grew
that
up in Jersey City, there were these little Italian women, and they had these crooked little fingers.
See
and
why?
they were all dressed in black because they were mourning for years and years, always mourning something. But those little crooked fingers, it was from all this hard work and the arthritis that's in. They'd grab a hold of you, they could screw the top of your head off without blinking an eye. They were so strong. Now, see how this all cooks down?